Shalom. I'm your brother Kaya from GMS Camp out here in Phoenix, Arizona. First and foremost, as I would like to give all praise, glory, and honor is to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rahakodash. Of course, I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders that have taught us this truth and rule well. Also want to say shalom to the 144,000. Want to say shalom to the speckled bird out there, even though you may look like the heathen, but are not the heathen. Also want to say shalom to the Akwath and to the Akim out there that are listening. You know, going back into prophecy and the things that are taking place today, you know, have that understanding that Esau, Edom, will not be forever. You know, eventually evil E will fall. You know, the scriptures talk about that. You know, he has only a time period that he can rule. You know, the scriptures talk about he has, what is it? He has time that he cannot, he has a bounds that he cannot pass. Means he can only go so far. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua allows this devil to only rule for so long and go so far. And that's it. And we're living in the times right now where, you know, this Edomite is about to push all his draconian laws and everything else. See, he's on his way out the door. Everything seems like a trap, but it's all going to backfire on him. Now, yes, 2/3 of our people are going to go through it and whatnot. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to allow this devil to put his hands on Esau, Edom. I mean, not Salak, put his hands on the Israelites, Salakia, on the 2/3. You know, because you're going back into the book of Isaiah, what did Esau say? You know, basically when his father was to die, he was going to slay his brother Jacob. See, at the end of the day, that's that perpetual hatred, and Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to allow that perpetual hatred to go full blast, especially on 2/3 of Israel. But going right back to it to let you know, at the end of the day, no, these devils are not going to rule for a long period of time. Hey, they're going out. You know, it is what it is. They're about to check out soon. So the first scripture, you know, I would like to go into, right? Let me see, and bear with me. Let's go into, let's see. Let me see. Oh, goodness, all these text messages coming through. Let me think, bear with me. Bear with me, Israel. Matter of fact, let's go to Job. Let's see, 20. Matter of fact, bear with me. Because, see, let me see. Hold on. Bear with me, y'all. I'm texting them. What am I doing? Salakia. Here we go. Job chapter, what did I say? Job chapter 20. And we're going to get verse 5. See, this is what it says here. This is Job chapter 20 and verse 5. That the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. See, and that's what we're seeing right now. You know, the triumph of the wicked, it's going to be short. They're going to be boasting. They're going to be tugging at their shirt. They're going to feel like they got it in the bag, but it's only going to be just for a minute, just for a second. They ain't got forever. You know, we watching today. They walk around, they pride, they got their heads in the nose, they got their nose in the air. They acting real brand new, like it's all, like they got it. These Edomites walking around like they got it. But it's only for a little while. Matter of fact, let's go to another scripture. Because see, even now, you know, wherever you may live, you start to notice that Esau's constantly building. He's constantly progressing more and more and more and more. Because why? Because he thinks it's not going to come to an end. He thinks he's going to rule forever. Let's get a scripture that goes into that. Right? What is that? Psalms? What is that? 49 and 11. Bear with me. Psalms chapter 49 and verse 11. This is exactly how they thinking right now. This is why you're looking at Trump and whatnot. What is he doing? Alligator this. He's doing all these different things. Saying how he's gonna make America great again and whatnot. And at the end, if you really think about what he's really doing, he's wanting to set his people right back up to be rulers over everybody. Why else you think he's about to push these draconian laws? Why else do you think he's after the tribes of Israel? Everybody that's locked up, just look at him. Everybody that he lock up is mostly what? Israelites. A northern tribe. Now he's coming after southern tribe. Now he's got his hands on Levi. And what stops him there? Because once he gets his hand on Levi, guess what? Don't all Negroes look alike? Is that not what they say? Also called black people look alike. So he's not going to stop with them. He coming after us too. We already know what he's about to do. But once again, he only got so much time. This is Psalms, right? The 49th chapter in verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. At the end of the day, what is their inward thought? Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, that they're going to continue to rule. They're going to continue to be on top. Nobody's going to knock them off, to knock them off the hill. That's exactly how they think. At the end of the day. This is why we seeing what we seeing today too. Also going right back into, once again, Jeremiah 30:7. We understand what's going to happen. We understand Jacob's trouble. But see, these devils think at the end of the day during Jacob's trouble, what is their mindset? Esau, Edom, these Edomites. Man, we building America to be great again. We're building America to be so-called white again. That's what they're after. New world order, all of that. Now, all these lower life Edomites going to be in derision too, to say. Because it's going to be Egyptian against Egyptian with them. But at the end of the day, this is what this devil thinks he's going to be able to do. He thinks he's going to continue to keep ruling forever and ever and ever and ever, because that's what he wants. But he's not going to get that. He's going to get the latter. As I kind of mentioned earlier, the scripture said what? He had a bounds that he could not pass. So he has a time limit to do what he needs to do. Right? So let me think. It was in a scripture I was thinking about. Well, let's get this real quick. Let's go to the book of Job, chapter 14. And we're going to get verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Yahweh Shemel Shah said, you know what? I put a line across somewhere. You're going to be able to do all this. And right when you get here, that's it. And guess what? Esau's right at that line. He's right at that line pretty soon where he can only go so far. That's why the scriptures also tell you in Revelation 12, verse 12, that he's about to come down with what? Great anger. Because he knows his time is short and this devil is trying to go beyond the time that he has. And he's not going to be able to do it. Yahweh Bashim Shai is not going to allow it. It is what it is. Matter of fact, let's go into another scripture, right? Let's go into the book of Obadiah, right? Obadiah is a powerful, powerful hit scripture. And it's only one. It's only, one book. Look at this. And Obadiah hit hard. He tells you everything. Let's see. So let's go to Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 3. And listen to look at this. The pride of thy heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock. And this is going towards Esau, Edom. The Edomites, the Idumeans, they call themselves Caucasian. They call themselves white folks today. Even though they are not white, they are red. Blood shows forth through the skin. Now I will say this. Everybody that looks like them does not make them an Edomite. Remember, there's Israelites amongst them because of the scattering and the dispersed. This has nothing to do with outside appearance or skin color. Now let's go over this again. The pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground, right? And that's arrogant. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. So who's going to bring them down from their high horse? Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to bring these devils down from their high horse. See, they in the trick bag. Because Esau, Edom is doing what? He's we call that prideful. He's boasting. And Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is letting him know on deck. Nah, player, that's not what's going to happen. The prophets are telling this devil straight out, that's not what's going to happen. It ain't going to go in your favor. You only got so long to rule, player. You only got so long to rule, and you about to be snatched out of that seat. The scriptures tell you, Don't matter about your new world order, your RFID microchip. We know where you're headed. It ain't going to go the way you think it's going to go. This crap's going to backfire on this devil, right? Matter of fact, let's jump down to verse, let me see, did I read 4? Yep, let's jump down to verse 7. This is what we're seeing now. You know, when we look at the war and whatnot, you look at all these heathen nations, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee had deceived thee. This is all the heathen nations. When we're going into that World War III, hoping I'm making it plain up on tables for you to understand what is going on, right? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. They lift that bread up under you. They telling you what you want to hear. They got you all happy. They shaking hands. They taking pictures. They signing documents and whatnot. Them heathens don't give a damn because they going to go right back on everything they said. Go right back on like, man, we didn't mean none of that. You got played. You was in the trick bag. You only got so much time. And see, and that's beautiful because Yahweh Bashim Shah is doing this. He's putting it in the minds of these men to carry this out. While Esau Edom is over there not knowing, thinking he Mr. Excuse my French, Mr. Billy Badass to say. He can't be touched. He's Mr. Pride. He's the eagle. He don't need to look up. He's the what do you call that? That predator. You know, the top predator say. You know, he don't need to look up. He got this. He got it in the bag. Well, apparently not. He's deceived. He's duped. He's tricked. Yahweh Bashim Shah got him in the trick bag. Matter of fact, where were we? Verse 8. I want 8 through 10. Shall I not in that day, said the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom? And they ain't wise. Not at all. Just pushing in all kind of laws. Trump was talking about, what was it, last year or a couple of months ago? What did he say? Oh, that America is a rogue nation. They don't need allies. You know how boastful you got to be? Hearing this time talk about now I'm just speaking as a man. If I was out here, let me see. If I was out here like trying to be like, oh yeah, I'm a ruler and whatnot. You think I'm gonna be like, man, I don't need no allies? Come on now. Just think about what is that? Rule of engagement. You're better in numbers. And this devil was talking about what? I don't need no other country. I don't need y'all. Screw this person, screw that person, the EU, all of this. We good. We got it. That's how that devil thinks. That's how that devil's pushing. That's that pride. And the rest of these devils out here, these heathens out here, like, all right, cool, bet. We're going to show you something. Let's see, verse 8 again. Shall I not in that day, said the Lord, even destroy the wise man out of Edom? There is no wisdom and understanding out of the mount of Esau, the Edomites, the Idumeans, right? Let's go now. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. The whole mount of Esau, that's all the Edomites, from the women to the children to the men, all of them. They're going to be cut off. Let's go a little further. Why? For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. You only got a certain period of time, and pretty soon you Edomites are going to be cut off forever. It is what it is. It doesn't matter how many 2/3 of our people want to save y'all. Yahweh Bashim Shai has spoken, who you ignorantly call Jesus, Jehovah, Yah, Yeshua, whatever. At the end of the day, he got y'all in a trick bag. He got y'all thinking y'all got it like that. But you don't. You're on a time period, and that clock is ticking close to the end. Tick tock, tick tock. Your time is almost up. Let's go a little further. Matter of fact, what was I thinking? Oh, let's jump down to verse. I was thinking, hold on, I'm just jumping around here. Matter of fact, let's jump down to verse. Oh, about you heathen. Oh, yeah, you heathens are in trouble too. You other nation ain't all just on Esau. Hey, for you heathens, you in trouble too. Y'all on a time limit. Look at what it says, Obadiah 1:15. The day of the Lord and the future. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathens. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. So what all the stuff that y'all have done to the 12 tribes of Israel, y'all gonna get paid for that. Y'all gonna pay for that. All the way back from the beginning, from the Babylonians to the Persians to the to the Assyrians, the Medo-Persians, the Romans, all those that ever had their hands at any given time on the children of Israel, you're going to pay for it. This is not something that just happened in 2025. This goes all the way back to the time of Rome and all the way back to the time that Yahushua was up on the earth. And before he was on the earth. You think y'all devils are not going to pay? Everybody is going to pay for having their hands on the children of Israel. For as ye have drunken upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathens drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. Let's go a little further. But up on Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. Meaning what? Going right back to Isaiah the 14th chapter, verse 2. Going to Psalms chapter 2, verse 8 down. And then, Yahweh splitting that inheritance with the children of Israel. What is it? With the elect, with the 144 and whatnot. You're going to have, you're going to have you heathens getting your heads knocked in. You're going to be slaves. You're going to be handmaids and servants. And so will these Edomites that will be. Because they're going to build up our kingdom. And after it's completely said and done, Obadiah 1:18 tells you, matter of fact, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to read it to you. What's going to happen to the Edomites? And even though 2/3 of our people want to save these devils, it don't matter. This is Job chapter 1 and verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. For the Lord hath spoken, there will be none remaining. That's going to be it. They're not going to come back in power. They're not going to come back in rulership. They're not going to be powwowing in the corner somewhere while we making them work and we turn our back and they said we're going to overthrow them. Don't let nobody tell you that dumb shit. And I know there's some people out there telling that kind of dumb shit about, how Edom going to come back into power. That's not what's going to happen. When we're in the kingdom, that's it. These devils going to be wiped out. Matter of fact, let's go to another scripture, right? Because at the end of the day, evil will not be forever. His fall is coming soon. This is why you're seeing him doing what he's doing now. He trying to hold on to that birthright. He can only hold on. It's like butter and oil on the fingers. It's slipping away. Esau, it's slipping away. But you might as well do what you need to do. Might as well handle your business. Might as well come in Revelation 12, verse 12. You got a short time. Why keep kicking the can down the road? It's inevitable. We already know, as you know, what the deal is going to be. Matter of fact, what scripture was I thinking? Let's go back to the book of Job. We're going to go to Job chapter 20. And we're going to read verse 12 through 29. This is a beautiful read. Job chapter 20, right? In verse 12. Though the wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hid it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth. See, this dude's wicked. This dude, as soon as he's born, he speaks lies. He's not Esau, Edom ain't nothing but wickedness. That's why scripture in Ecclesiasticus tell you, 12 verse 12 tells you what? Never trust thy enemy. Scriptures tell you in Psalms, what? As soon as they be born, they speak lies. Yet his meat in his bowels is turned. It is the gall of asp within him. He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. God shall cast them out of his belly. Everything that he took from the children of Israel, guess what? Run them pockets, player. Run them pockets. You feel me? That's what that's going to run it. You paying everything back plus some, double. He shall suck the poison of asp. The viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. Hey man, you ain't gonna see the cream of the cream when we got it. You're gonna be out there making big rocks to little rocks. You're gonna be building up our kingdom. I don't give a damn if you don't like it. And if anybody get on my channel and say, oh, you're using curse words, look what words you're using, you better get the message. You want about the wrong thing. Might be rude in speech, but not in knowledge. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall he restitution, if I'm saying that right, be, and he shall not rejoice therein. All that he do, he ain't rejoicing nothing, because he hath what? Because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he built not. Now we understand slavery. We understand that the Israelites built this place up, built up Babylon, and still building to this day. Issachar out there building like Bob the Builder, and not even able to live in these luxury houses and whatnot. You so-called Hispanics. Building and building and building for this devil, and can't even afford to live in what you built. I know that's got to piss Issachar off to build a house and turn around and look at what you built and you can't even live in it. Over and over and over again. Surely, verse 20, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. Nervous. He nervous. He don't have no quietness in the belly. His belly ain't going to be still. Gonna be middle of the night up pacing. What am I gonna do? What we gonna say? What am I gonna do? How am I gonna get out of this? Ain't no way getting out of it. They ain't sleeping good. You may think they are, and they lavish homes and all the money in the world. You think they sleeping good? They ain't sleeping good. That's why the time you look at them, they look tired. They look burnt out. Don't matter what they say. Look at them. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desires. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. See, going right back into what? Going back into that war, going back to what you see today. These heathen nations gonna have their hands upon this devil. Even some of his own gonna grab him. Wait until that lion wake up. Wait till that lion wake up of Judah wake up and see what happened. When he is about, look at this. Look at this. See, right here, 23. This is when he think his new world order. Man, he's sitting back. He about to savor him like, man, I got the birthright. I'm good. I'm golden. I ain't never gonna fall. Let's get verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Trick bag. Checkmate. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. All those nukes, all them missiles that this devil think he gonna get away from. All the things, the calamities that are about to fall on Esau, Edom. It is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yeah, the glittering sword cometh out of his skull. Terrors are upon him. All darkness shall be hid in his secret place. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. Man, so I almost dropped the phone. Bear with me, Israel. Where did we go? Verse 27. The heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. The increase of his house shall depart, and his good shall flow away in the day of his wrath. He's not going to have nothing. Everything is going to be stripped from this devil real soon. Verse 29. This is the portion of a wicked man from God, and the heritage appointed unto him by God. This is what is about to come on evil E, these Edomites. Even though right now they thinking and they have pride and their heads are boasted up and all the things that they about to do. And they thinking we're going to make America great again. We're going to make America white again and all that. Oh, no, it's not going to go the way you think, Playboy. It's not going to go that way. America's going to be destroyed. Babylon, a.k.a. America. It is what it is. The Bible tells you what is about to happen. It tells you everything. It tells you even about the heathens. Telling you, the heathens going to turn on you. Eat them. So you about to give up everything. Then you're going to be making big rocks to little rocks. You're going to be building in our kingdom. And then you're going to be destroyed. Tell you, man, this devil don't have long to rule. Evil E will fall soon. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say to hope you was edified. I'm going to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.